I'ma tell you why you can't.
Said you got a long way to go. Say you wanna love me,
Wanna touch me?
think twice, cause you got a long way to go.
Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm gonna show you how to make some cool vector images out of pretty much digital images that you have on your computer. So let's say in this example I'm gonna use a digital image. Pretty much if you want to use anything like maybe this file right here, you know, DeviantArt. It's a GIF file, so if you know how to change GIF files into regular RGB mode color, just go to image, then change the mode to RGB. So in that way you can be able to change and edit the color in this image. So for this example I'm just going to show you guys how to do that real quick. So select the image and go to filter and go to filter gallery. In this example I'm going to show you the stamp filter, which is underneath the sketch tab. So if you don't see that, just select the sketch tab and select stamp. And maybe your light and dark balance may be different from mine, so make sure you set yours to 1 for the light and dark balance, and maybe 2 to 1 or 2 for the smoothness. You can put it up if you want, but I don't recommend it. You might want to keep it the lowest for cleaner detail on the image, and then press alright. Okay, so once you have that, you can pretty much zoom in and see what you've done. And so there you go. So it may look a little rugged around the edges inside the image, and if you have some, you know, extra dots in it that don't belong, you can select your eraser tool and select this fairly small size circle brush with the hardness all the way up, and just, you know, take off what you don't need. And what you're going to do is make sure the background, if there is a background, make sure it's not selected and make sure it's turned off. Then save your image as a PNG file. The reason why is because it keeps the transparent background, so when you're saving it you won't have that background in the background. Alright, so save the image. And in this example I'm going to use a number of programs. So the first program after this, to get the image looking much clearer than it is now, you want to go into Inkscape, and you could Google that. I pretty much will show you guys where to get it from. Just go to google.com, type in Inkscape, and it should be the first link. You can download it for free, and I'm not going to show you guys how to download it. You guys can pretty much find it. Anyway, so once you're in Inkscape, I'm just going to magnify that for you guys. Go to open, file open, and then I believe I saved it in my pictures, and I'm just going to browse for it right now. Alright, excuse me. So before I do that, make sure I remember what I saved it as. So I saved it as, it was called number 2. I don't know why, but it is. So here it is right there. In the preview you can see what it is. Press alright, okay. So once you get your image, what you're going to want to do is go to path, then go to trace bitmap. Once you go to trace bitmap, make sure you select brightness cutoff. And depending on what project you're working on and what are you doing, so suppose you're doing this for screen printing, this would be good for screen printing, or if you have a vinyl cutter or any type of cutting, machine cutting software or machine device, you may want to do this brightness cutoff. Basically it will cut off anything that's not in the back. Basically it will cut off anything in the background. And you can select edge detection, which basically is going to select the edges or the outline of it. And you can also invert the image if you want. So in this step I'm just going to put brightness cutoff and press update. And sometimes it doesn't come up, I'm not sure why. Just press OK and just press update. If it doesn't come up, just close it and try it again. Go to path, trace bitmap, and press update once again. Or just try something else again. Alright, so it may take some time for some reason. I don't know why it does this. Alright. So make sure I select the image, I guess. Try that again. I'll probably try this. Alright, so I guess you make sure you click on it first so you can tell it trace bitmap what it's gonna do. And press alright. Okay. So once you've done that, you can just close that out, and if you just move that to the side and move it side by side, you pretty much see the difference in the two images. So this is the one we just made right here, this one right there, and this is the one we had before. So you can kind of see the detail has improved, so this is a good thing. So you could just right click and cut that out and put this right into the canvas, and now you have your stencil that you may use for either screen printing or using it for the emotion, or you could do this for you're cutting your vinyl cutter. So if you want to save this file, just save it as a SVG file. So go to File, Save As, and I'm going to save it as DeviantArt stencil. Or just, DeviantArt. Forgot to press pencil. Alright, so I'm saving in my pictures and press save. Alright, so once you have that, you're good. Now, you could go on ahead and print it out if you feel. But in my case, I have a Cricut machine, which is a vinyl cutter, paper cutter, etc. So I use this program called Shortcuts a lot. And what you could do from there is go to File, Import SVG. That's the file we just made, and I believe I called it DeviantArt. And select that DeviantArt SVG file, SVG, yeah. Alright, so what we're gonna do is select this little button thing right there, and just pull it out so it stretches to the size you want. And there's your image. And if you're unfamiliar with the Cricut or the Cricut expression or any Cricut device, basically you can select your image. So this is what the Cricut's gonna cut out. So anything in red is gonna cut out like that. It's gonna cut everything in between or inside, just like that. So suppose you only want, you already have this image already printed out in photo quality or stencil or whatever you're trying to do. Let's say if you want to just get the blackout of it, so just basically like the outline of it, just like that. You can select the style and select blackout, or you can select shadow and blackout, which basically makes a shadow of it and still keeps the blackout, which basically the blackout is to cover up anything which has any kind of holes or anything inside of the image. Or you can just select shadow itself. Shadow will just be everything without the holes and stuff, and blackout would be basically the same thing sometimes. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so this is what you would get, and in my case I'll just leave it at normal for my project. And what you would do is just go to cut and select your Cricut expression. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, so in the Cricut expression, you just go over here and just click that button, and you'll be able to cut using the Shortcuts a lot software. So this is a basic tutorial on how to do that, you guys. I hope you learned a lot, and I'll catch you guys later.